The sun rises over the Giza Plateau, painting the colossal pyramids in hues of gold. These magnificent structures, silent witnesses to millennia of history, stand as testaments to a civilization that continues to captivate our imaginations. The Nile, lifeblood of this ancient land, snakes through the desert, its waters reflecting the mystical gaze of the Sphinx. Ancient Egypt has always aroused curiosity with its fascinating culture, architecture, and traditions. However, the daily life of this civilization may be much stranger than you think. Here are 14 interesting lifestyles practiced by the ancient Egyptians. The journey into the afterlife for an ancient Egyptian was complex and meticulous. Preservation of the body was paramount, achieved through mummification. Surprisingly, the brain was deemed insignificant. It was removed through the nose and discarded. They believed intellect resided in the heart, not the head. This belief shaped their mortuary rituals and worldview. The striking, heavily lined eyes of ancient Egyptians were more than just a fashion statement. This distinctive cosmetic, known as kohl, served a dual purpose. Beyond its aesthetic appeal, kohl possessed powerful antibacterial properties. In the harsh desert environment, prone to dust and infections, kohl acted as a protective shield against eye ailments. Made from ingredients like galena, malachite, and burnt almonds, it was carefully applied around the eyes, offering both beauty and protection. This ingenious blend of cosmetics and medicine highlights the resourcefulness of the ancient Egyptians. They understood the power of natural ingredients and incorporated them into their daily routines. Kohl was not just makeup, it was a vital part of their health regimen. Dental hygiene was clearly a priority for the ancient Egyptians, as evidenced by their innovative approach to oral care. Long before the advent of modern toothpaste, they crafted their own unique concoctions to keep their teeth clean and healthy. These early forms of toothpaste incorporated a surprising array of ingredients, including mint, salt, and even crushed eggshells. This blend of abrasive and cleansing elements effectively removed debris and freshened breath. The importance they placed on oral health is further underscored by archaeological discoveries of ancient toothpicks and dental tools. Their commitment to dental care reveals a sophisticated understanding of hygiene and its importance in overall well-being. It's a testament to their ingenuity and resourcefulness in utilizing natural ingredients for practical purposes. Chapter 4. Feline Divinity, the Cult of Bastet. Cats held a special place in the hearts and homes of ancient Egyptians. They were revered as sacred animals, deeply connected to the goddess Bastet. Bastet, depicted with the head of a cat, embodied protection and motherhood. Cats were seen as extensions of the goddess, guardians of the home. Harming a cat was considered a grave offense. This reverence is evident in art, sculpture, and mummified remains. The Cult of Bastet reveals the deep spiritual connection in ancient Egypt. Chapter 5. A Woman's Place, Equality in Ancient Egypt. Contrary to many ancient societies, women in ancient Egypt enjoyed a remarkable degree of equality with men. They possessed legal rights, including the ability to own property, conduct business, and even initiate divorce. This level of autonomy was unusual for the time and reflects a more egalitarian social structure than many of their contemporaries. Women could also hold positions of power, albeit rarely reaching the highest echelons of pharaonic rule. Their contributions to society were valued, and their voices were heard. This relative equality extended to various aspects of life, from economic participation to legal rights. It's a testament to the unique social fabric of ancient Egypt and challenges our assumptions about gender roles in the ancient world. Chapter 6. The Smooth and the Stubble, a Status Symbol. In ancient Egypt, a clean-shaven face symbolized status and wealth. Maintaining a smooth complexion required skilled barbers. A hairless face was linked to the elite, while stubble signified lower status. Women also removed body hair as a sign of beauty. Razors made from bronze or obsidian were prized possessions. Grooming reflected one's place in society. Chapter 7. A Pantheon of Gods, the Egyptian Belief System. The ancient Egyptians embraced a rich polytheistic religion with a vast pantheon of gods and goddesses. These deities presided over every aspect of life, from the sun's rise to the Nile's flow. Ra, the sun god, held a prominent position, while Osiris, god of the underworld, played a crucial role in the afterlife. Isis, goddess of magic and healing, was revered as a protector. These deities influenced rituals, ceremonies, and temple architecture. Chapter 8. A Natural Inclination, Sexuality in Ancient Egypt. Unlike many ancient cultures, the ancient Egyptians viewed sexuality as a natural and positive part of life. Within the confines of marriage, intimacy was celebrated and openly depicted in art and literature. Erotic scenes were not uncommon, reflecting a frank and accepting attitude towards physical love. This openness extended to discussions of fertility and childbirth, which were considered essential aspects of life cycle. While certain restrictions and taboos existed, the overall approach to sexuality was far more liberal than many of their contemporaries. This acceptance of human sexuality as a natural force reflects a holistic view of life, embracing both its physical and spiritual dimensions. It challenges our preconceived notions about attitudes towards intimacy in the ancient world. Chapter 9. Nourishing the Departed, Sustenance Beyond the Grave. The ancient Egyptians believed death was a transition to another realm. They provided for their deceased loved ones' needs even after death. This included leaving food and drink offerings at tombs. Offerings ranged from simple bread and beer to elaborate feasts. Providing for the dead was a deeply held belief in ancient Egypt. Chapter 10. The Sweet Smell of Success. Perfume in Ancient Egypt. Perfume played a significant role in ancient Egyptian culture, extending far beyond mere personal adornment. Fragrant oils and resins were used in religious ceremonies, embalming rituals, and even as offerings to the gods. The Egyptians were masters of perfumery, creating complex blends of scents from flowers, herbs, and spices. These fragrances were not only valued for their pleasant aromas but also for their perceived medicinal and spiritual properties. Certain scents were believed to ward off evil spirits, while others were used to enhance meditation and connect with the divine. The widespread use of perfume reveals the importance of scent in their daily lives and its integral role in their religious and social practices. Chapter 11. The Power of Magic, Spells, and Incantations. Magic permeated every aspect of ancient Egyptian life, from healing the sick to protecting against evil forces. Magicians and priests held positions of power, their knowledge of spells and incantations highly valued. Amulets and talismans were worn for protection, and rituals were performed to invoke the favor of the gods. Magic was not seen as separate from religion but rather as an integral part of their spiritual beliefs. It was a force that could be harnessed for both good and ill, and its practitioners were both feared and respected. The prevalence of magic in their society reflects their deep-seated belief in the supernatural and the power of ritual to influence the world around them. In the hot and arid climate of ancient Egypt, flies were a constant nuisance. To combat these pesky insects, the Egyptians devised a rather unusual solution, smearing honey on their slaves. The sticky sweetness attracted the flies, trapping them and preventing them from bothering their masters. While seemingly cruel, this practice reflects the pragmatic approach of the ancient Egyptians to problem-solving. They were resourceful and innovative, willing to utilize whatever means necessary to cope with the challenges of their environment. This unusual method of pest control, while perhaps unsettling to modern sensibilities, offers a glimpse into the realities of daily life in ancient Egypt. Unlike our modern understanding of the brain as the center of consciousness, the ancient Egyptians believed that the heart held the key to the soul. In the mummification process, while the brain was discarded, the heart was carefully preserved and weighed against the feather of Ma'at, the goddess of truth and justice. A light heart symbolized a pure soul, ensuring passage into the afterlife. This belief in the heart's significance underscores their understanding of the self and the importance of morality in determining one's destiny. The heart was not merely a physical organ, it was the essence of one's being, the repository of their character and actions. While wine was certainly present in ancient Egypt, beer held a far more prominent place in their daily lives. Brewed from barley and other grains, beer was a staple beverage consumed by all social classes, from pharaohs to peasants. It was not simply a recreational drink, but also a source of nourishment and hydration in the hot climate. Beer played a role in religious ceremonies, festivals, and even as payment for labor. Its ubiquity in ancient Egyptian society reflects its importance as both a practical and cultural element of their lives. From the fields to the temples, beer was an integral part of their world. From the towering pyramids to the intimate details of their daily routines, ancient Egyptian civilization continues to fascinate and inspire. Their ingenuity, resourcefulness, and deeply held beliefs shaped a culture that left an indelible mark on human history. Ancient Egyptian civilization was not limited to pyramids and pharaohs. Their daily life, rituals, and beliefs even today still amaze us. Their story is one of innovation, adaptation, and a profound connection to the natural world. It is a story that continues to unfold as we delve deeper into the mysteries of this ancient land.